Hey y'all, thanks for coming. Let's watch the Democrats debate on CNN, shall we?
And the most important issue is she says she will bring change to Washington while she continues to defend a system that does not work, that is broken, that is rigged, and is corrupt. Corrupted against the interest of most Americans, and corrupted.
And that's a way to get people's hands clapping. Always talk about how things are corrupt.
For a very small, very powerful, very well-financed group. So we have fundamental differences.
We're going to get to all of these issues.
These are the people that's in charge, man. These are the ones that are corrupt, corrupted, and are corrupting.
Go ahead.
I respect all of my colleagues on this stage, and you know, we're Democrats, and we're trying to nominate the very best person we can to win. And I don't mind taking hits, but when somebody starts throwing mud, at least we can hope that it's both accurate and not right out of the Republican playbook. Because
Oh, there's a hand clapper too. Not the Republicans.
What I believe is important is the American people know where I stand.
On both sides of every issue. Just like Bill was.
Throwing this mud really detracts from what we're trying to do here tonight.
And what we are here to do tonight is help CNN make me look good. We already warned Wolf Blitzer. Don't make us warn you too.
Telling people what we're going to do when we
Senator
get
Edwards.
the White House.
We're going to give
Getting a little shrill there.
Senator Biden.
No. And I'm not criticizing any of the three people who are the ones who always get to talk all the time at these debates. I'm not. I'm not criticizing. Let's get to it, folks. The American people don't give a darn about any of this stuff that's going on up here. And they're worrying about whether or not their child's going to run into a drug dealer on the way to school. They're worrying about whether or not they're going to be able to pay for their mortgage, because even if they didn't have one of those subprime mortgages, things are looking bad for them. They're worrying about whether they're going to keep their job. And they're worrying about whether their son in the National Guard is going to get killed in Iraq.
The general textbook by the numbers Democrat message to the people that their Republican oppressors are just forcing them to live in a country where life is just hell. It's hopeless without a Democrat in the White House.
Well, look, folks, let's get straight to it here. Who among us is going to be able to, on day one, step in, end the war?
Nobody!
Who among us understands what to do about Pakistan?
Nobody!
Who among us is going to pick up the phone and immediately interface with Putin?
Do what with Putin?
Who among us knows what they're doing?
Nobody!
I have 35 years of experience. While everyone's talking about their experience, and Hillary has great experience, and John and the rest of them, I was passing the crime bill. I was passing... Yeah, you're right.
Everyone's going to have plenty of time tonight.
You were saying just a moment ago that the question's not going to her, by the way. It's legitimate for you to take hits on your record. Well, some of those hits on your record have come from the far right-hand side of the stage, from Senator Edwards, who has frequently attacked you for flip-flopping. Senator, you have changed your position on...
Oh, there's the face.
For flip-flopping. But Senator, you have changed your position on several issues. You were for the Iraq War before you were against it. People change their positions. If it's fair for you to change your position, is it not fair for her to change hers?
It's absolutely fair.
People ought to be able to change position. Missionary to doggy style and back again.
But I'm saying there's a difference between that and saying two contrary things at exactly the same time. I mean, for example, just over the course of the last, Senator Clinton said in Washington that she would vote for the Peru trade deal, and she said in Iowa, talking to union members, that she wanted a moratorium on trade deals. 35 million Americans last year went hungry.
How does he do the math on that? These people had no opportunity to eat. I guarantee you that nobody in America who's watching me right now knows anybody that's starving to death. Everybody eats, especially the poor. Plus they got food stamps and welfare and checks from the government coming in the mail. They got the government cheese going on.
37 million people in this country live in poverty every day. 47 million Americans have no health care coverage.
Million. 35 million Americans, 42 million Americans. This is the way that Southern people with nasal problems say the word million. Million. Because their sinuses are all stuffed up with snot. Like John Edwards, for instance. I've seen it 1,000,000 times.
Who do you believe will take on this system and change it so that it's no longer rigged, corrupt, and rigged against the interests of the American people?
Oh, man. Bring out the corrupt word again. And a lot of the American people, frankly, are very corrupt. Scamming the government every chance they get. You know that you do. When somebody in the government says that the government's corrupt, they don't have to elaborate on that. They just clap in their hands and saying, yeah, he understands that we, the American people, don't want corruption. But John Edwards is going to take on the system, and he's going to unrig it for the American people. Going to purify the corrupt American system. Yeah.
This is about what America needs to be. This is about those 35 million people who are hungry every single year. When is our party going to show a little backbone and strength and courage and speak up for those people who have been left behind?
And who exactly is left behind? You're either running to keep up or you're not.
All right, hold on one second. I want Senator Dodd to weigh in. Senator, you made a statement earlier in the week. Now, you're surprised at just how angry Senator Edwards has become, and you suggested he's not the same person I once knew. Go ahead.
Oh, me? How could you say such a thing about me?
And elaborate. Tell us what you mean.
Well, let me pick up on this point. We Democrats have a job to do, and that is to unite this party, attract independents, Republicans who are seeking change, to join us and elect a Democrat into the White House and to hold on to the House and Senate. That's number one. And it's going to take more than just getting people in our own party to support us. We're going to have to reach out.
That's the problem with you Democrats. What exactly does that mean? Reach out. Reach out. I'm going to reach out. What are you going to do, hug me?
There's a shrillness to the debate. When people get up in the morning and go to work, they sit around and they worry about their jobs, their retirement, their health care, their kids' education.
Yeah, everybody's so damn worried. They're just walking around all day just worried about everything. I guess lions never worry about if they're going to catch an antelope. Cats always worry about if they're going to catch a mouse. Dogs always worry about if they're going to catch a cat. It's just the day-to-day struggle for survival. Monkeys worry all day about where's their next banana coming from. Spiders worry about if there's going to be a bug that flies into their web today or not. Sharks worry if they're going to find people swimming over to the United States from Cuba today.
And they wonder if anybody in Washington is paying any attention to them and whether or not the job is being done on their behalf.
We don't all need the government to take care of us all day and night, from the day we're born to the day we die. Find something within yourself, develop that survival instinct, bring out your best qualities, use them to benefit yourself and your fellow man. You don't need the government to supervise how you do that and to what degree you do that. And you don't need them to decide when you've had enough and when you should give it over to them to give to your fellow man. Well, that's the way you Democrats like it, because they all promise you something that they're going to take away from somebody and give it to you. And you don't care who they take it from, as long as you get it.
And frankly, when a campaign is about turning up the heat, or who's angrier, or who's yelling louder, the American people turn off in terms of listening. They want us to come together.
Come together!